I made a dark joke about my husband. Now he's raising our son without me. My name's Lena, and if you'd told me 5 years ago I'd be living alone in a one-bedroom rental over a vape shop in Milwaukee, eating canned soup while my ex-husband raises our son in the home we bought together, I would have laughed. Just like I laughed that night. The night I thought I was being funny. The night I lost everything. I met Evan during a winter storm. I had a flat tire outside a gas station, and he pulled over to help. Not exactly a rom-com moment. I was freezing, mascara running. He smelled like diesel. But he was kind, patient, the kind of man who checks tire pressure and holds doors open. And after a long line of emotionally unavailable assholes, kindness felt revolutionary. We got serious fast. He had a solid job as an electrician, owned a fixer-upper outside the city, and had a golden retriever named Max who instantly loved me. He was 32, quiet, responsible, and emotionally rock solid. I was 29, chaotic, creative, emotionally not so rock solid. He grounded me. He never raised his voice, never lied, never ghosted. He made me feel safe in a way I didn't know I needed. We got married 11 months later, and I thought I loved him. But here's where it gets messy. You know how people say trauma bonds are not love? I didn't. Not until I was married with a mortgage and a newborn, waking up next to a man who smelled like drywall and routine. Evan was stable, but he was also safe. Too safe. Predictable to a fault. He'd schedule sex. He thought romantic dates meant going to Home Depot together. He'd buy me multivitamins on Valentine's Day because I'd once said I was tired. I wanted passion. Fire. Something that made my chest hurt. In a good way. I wanted danger. Not physical, but emotional. And I hated that about myself. After our son Milo was born, things got worse. Postpartum depression hit me like a brick. Evan tried. But he's a fixer, and you can't fix someone drowning in their own head. He thought cleaning the house and bringing me tea was enough. It wasn't. We didn't argue. That would have required emotion. We just faded. Then came our 3rd anniversary dinner. His parents came into town. We went to this quiet steakhouse. Candlelight. Cheap wine. I wasn't in the mood, but I went anyway. I wore a dress I didn't feel sexy in and forced a smile I didn't feel. His mom made some sugary toast about how lucky Evan was to have found such a wonderful woman. I don't know what came over me. Maybe the wine. Maybe the resentment. Maybe the fact that I hadn't slept in 3 days. But I raised my glass and said, yeah, lucky him. A depressed wife and a kid he probably wasn't ready for. Cheers to that. Silence. You know that kind of silence where the air actually changes? That. Evan looked at me like I'd slapped him. His mom's fork was still midair. His dad cleared his throat, tried to laugh it off. But Evan just stared, and I stared back. That night he didn't say anything. Just got into bed and faced the other way. The next morning, he packed a bag and took Milo to his mom's. I thought he'd cool off. I texted, apologized, told him it was a joke, that I was tired, that I was hurting, that I didn't mean it. He replied, you said what you've been thinking. I just finally heard it. And he was right. I'd been thinking it. I didn't want the life I'd built. I wanted freedom. I wanted art galleries, late nights, new cities. I didn't want to pack lunch for daycare and pretend I was fulfilled folding laundry. A week later, I moved out. No fight. No screaming, just silence. Like a death. The divorce came fast. Clean, mutual. Except he filed for full custody. He said I was emotionally unstable. He wasn't wrong. I'd posted cryptic captions online, deleted photos, started going out more. I looked like a woman on the verge. I got weekend custody. At first, I played it cool. Told myself I needed this space to figure myself out. to find my spark again. But then he posted a photo of Milo and some woman at the zoo. She was laughing, holding my son's hand. Her name was Kayla, a preschool teacher, blonde, soft-voiced, bakes banana bread. Basically my opposite. Milo loved her. And Evan? He looked alive again. I hated it. Not because I wanted him back, but because it meant he could be happy without me. Now, I sit alone most nights, scrolling social media, watching my old life bloom without me. Milo tells me Kayla reads better bedtime stories. Evan got promoted. They took him to Disney last month. Meanwhile, I've started over 5 times. I dated a guy who ghosted after 3 weeks. Another who wasn't ready for a single mom. My art doesn't sell. Rent's due again. I eat too much frozen pizza. But here's the part I still can't let go. It was one joke, one line, one moment of honesty disguised as humor. And it destroyed a man who would have done anything for me. So, was I cruel? Or just honest? Did Evan give up? Or did I force his hand? Your turn. Should Evan have fought harder? Or did Lena deserve the consequences of her words? Was it just a joke or emotional betrayal? Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about the line between truth and cruelty in relationships. And if this hit you hard, subscribe for more raw stories that don't sugarcoat the truth.